welcome along to the Rabobank Hockey World League semi-final. It's the second men's game of the day, and it sees the Netherlands in action against New Zealand. Home side, the favourites to take the points here. A few dodgy / interesting outfits out there as well to support the team in orange. So here we are then at HC Rotterdam. The Netherlands versus New Zealand. New Zealand away to our left-hand side in the all-black kit, the black sticks, looking to upset their Dutch rivals here. Rambo, eat your heart out. Just the sort of reception you'd expect here for the Dutch national side. But this is going to be a great game. These two going toe-to-toe. Of course, the Netherlands, the silver medalists from 2012.
Te beginnen met het volkslied van Nieuw-Zeeland. En uw aandacht voor het Wilhelmus.
Reception then for the home side, the Netherlands versus New Zealand, their first game in this Rabobank Hockey World League semi-final. It's turned out to be quite a pleasant evening for it, a little bit blustery out there. You can see the trees swaying in the distance. Let's have a look at the two lineups. The Netherlands then in goal, Jaap Stokman holds on to his place, and captained by Vermeulen, with a whole wealth of experience in there amongst the Dutch setup, and coached by Paul van As. Experience in numbers as well for New Zealand, ranked 6th in the world. They'll be looking to the likes of Dean Cousins and also Phil Burrows, their two most experienced players in there, number 8 and number 18. Keep an eye out for them, and they're coached by Colin Batch.
Die wedstrijd open, ja? Voor de rest fucking mooi team, jongens. Polkamp, veel plezier. Turksa, fucking veel plezier. Buissant, fucking mooi dat je er bent. Pony, fucking mooi dat je terug bent. Galema, fucking veel plezier. Fucking mooi dat jullie erbij zijn.
Well, we can second guess what was being said there. You don't need me to translate, but I can apologise if that did offend any of our viewers out there. Both sides, mindset very much on winning this game. is the hustle from within the orange camp. Phil Burrows there, 295 caps for his country. Familiar with the country of the Netherlands, of course. Plays a lot of his hockey over here in this part of the world, as do many of the other players from the Southern Hemisphere. Our two umpires then, Tim Pullman and Hong Lei Kim of Australia and Korea, respectively. They look like they're almost settled and ready for this one. It'll be the Netherlands playing from right to left to get us started in the all-orange kit. Their opponents here at HC Rotterdam, the Black Sticks. Game on then, as Billy Bakker gets us started. And Vermeulen starting things up. Oh, nasty trip first up. I mean, that could be a card straight away there. First challenge of the game is a yellow. 5 minutes in the sin bin. First challenge, good night. See you later. New Zealand down to 10 within the first 10 seconds. Couldn't really argue with it, to be honest. As you'd expect, a ferocious start to this first game of the tournament for both these teams. Reverse stick effort goes wide. Off target. Uncharacteristic that from Bakker. Bakker had all the time in the world. Bobbles up here. Defensive error. And well over the sticks, and here's a look at that foul. First challenge of the day. Good night, see you later, all the way from round the back, and absolutely floors Sander Bart. So Stephen Jennis is out for at least 5 minutes for that challenge. Oh, what a cracking start. Sticks flying everywhere, bodies all over the place. Colin Batch's side down to 10 men. We just have to ride out this passage of play. New Zealand. Netherlands decide to put on a press. Good step at the back and lead to the ball from Shea Neal. This is Cousins. Alex Shaw at the back alongside him, Andy Hayward. Hertzberger trying to get his head down a little bit. The ball feinted and looking to get through to Panchia. With Aaron and Jared in the starting lineup today. Vermeulen. Heavily committed there from Shea Neal. Here's Bakker. It's just toying with New Zealand here at the moment. Into the D, across the face of goal, no one there. Hertzberger's ball across, no one on the end of it. Needed someone on that far post. The Netherlands keep the press on. The aerial ball comes from Hayward, scuttles through and finds Neal. Here's Burrows. Good crossfield ball. Shot on target, no, cut out. Good defence from Hoffman. Great pace to it. Only inside the first 5 minutes, and they're really going at it, hammer and tong. And with the top three sides qualifying for the World Cup to be held here in The Hague in 2014. Just under a year now until that event. World Cup 2014. It's got a good ring to it already. Netherlands will be there whatever, they are the hosts. Everyone else, though, is, from this day forth, fighting for positions whether that be through their continental championships or by finishing in the top 3 here at the Hockey World League semi-finals.
Yeah, it was. Brought him down, outside the 20, just outside 25.
A 16-yard hit. New Zealand just sitting back. They are still down to 10 men at the moment. That's why they're not putting too much pressure on here at the moment on the Netherlands. Good interchange of passes. No one hanging on for it for longer than 2 touches. Good example of 2-touch hockey. Rotation off the ball. Kepperman now with Backer, gets the 1-2 back and he could be through here. Good save. Keeper was down early. Hamish McGregor in the sticks today for New Zealand. And he was down early for that one. Devine. Ball through again. Does it find a way through? No, it doesn't. Alex Shaw cutting that off. Another clash of sticks there, and that'll be a free hit to the Netherlands. Sander Devine finds Sander Bart. Two Sanders leaking up, a little mistake there, and onto the foot as well. Here's Hayward, self-pass to get things going. Looking to link up with Burrows, who was just underneath his arm. Gingerly gets himself to his feet, does Sander Devine. Here come New Zealand though, first chance for them maybe. Maybe one too many touches. Well, that could be it. Looks like something's gone there on Sander Devine. Looks in a lot of pain. I don't know what he did down there in that tackle. Hilton, though, with the latest chance for New Zealand. Let's have another look at it. Here's that challenge. Just a little nudge. Falls onto that knee awkwardly, I think, that right knee. Just a little push in the back there from Hayward. Goes down heavy on that right knee. Well, he just popped something out there. Hobbles off the pitch. And let's hope that's not his tournament done and dusted. Dutch ranked number 3 in the world against New Zealand here, ranked number 6. And the Dutch also the silver medalists from London 2012. Also took silver at the most recent 2012 Champions Trophy as well in Melbourne in December, where Australia went on to win their 13th title. Little foot there, advantage played. Important step there at the back too for Shaw. So much satisfaction. That's a great ball. That's the killer ball. And now a chance for Netherlands to open the scoring in and around the back. Long corner. Fantastic ball from the back to play in. Oliver Polkamp. Look to go again down that left-hand flank. Bart thinks about it. Oh, goes the other way this time. Good step. Not much forward power here for New Zealand. Hugo Inglis was the highest of the players. Overlapping run though now from Shaw, who's come all the way up from the back and is on the ball now. Earns the free hit. Cousins and Hayward. Back to Cousins. Good first touch down the line, and here's an opportunity for Smith. Onto the baseline, cuts back. Both sides finding their way into the D, but no outcomes as yet. There's one outcome, not a good one for Sander Devine.
Weg deze nu.
Looks like he'll be watching the rest of this one from the wings. Hayward into George Muir now, under the arm, and this is Panchir. Cousins loses out there, just took his eye off the ball for a second. Vermeulen. So much space here. Van Ass now goes through. Bit of a rash tackle, that one as well, from Jared Panchir. He's got to be careful there. New Zealand have already lost the player in the first minute of this game for a 5-minute sin bin for a similar sort of tackle from behind. They haven't paid the penalty though. Still 0-0 if you just joined us.
5 metres, please, Holland. Missouri 5. Thank you, Dean. Dean, stop. Thank you. One more. Thank you. Thank you. You got that, Kim Yours? Yep.
Two umpires, as we could hear there, mic'd up, talking to each other, and will certainly be useful as and when they need to make any referrals, should we need to go to video referral. Both sides have one to their credit. That's marked by a green dot next to their nation's digits and numbers up in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Green light obviously means they still have their referral to use, neither side having used a referral as yet. Pinching the ball back, that's Galema. And here he goes now down the right-hand side. Gets his eyes up early, ball comes slapped in, long corner. Plenty of cover tackles there. And 5 between Galema and the goal now. Another long corner, this time.
Thank you. No close,
Jogs over to take it. And the Netherlands come all the way out and around the back. Square ball plays in Turkström. Could change her pace. Again, it's on. And Glenn Sherman this time forced out wide for the long corner. Great, strong leading run that from Jelly Gallimer. Oh, lovely. It's tense times, isn't it, for New Zealand on the back foot here. Whistle goes against them there as well. So free hit just inside the 25. Comes into the D. Almost a deflection there. Sigh from the crowd as Kieran Casper's shot takes a deflection, goes wide. This is Sherman. The skipper, Klaas van Merlen. Hoffman again. going in there. A reminder that the ball can be played above shoulder in this tournament. Here's a look at that chance again. Well, keeper did enough, didn't he? Just about. Hamish McGregor there behind the ball. Took it off for a long corner. Here's Burrows now, the most senior of the Black Sticks players. Just rolls and pushes up front. This is Shaw now. Ball's going to be straight. Who's first to it? Great close control this from the Netherlands. No goals as yet. 15 minutes played. Certainly a higher pace to this game than we saw in the women's game just before this. Dutch women only able to get a draw out of their game versus Japan. Finished 1-1 in the end. Covered 2 games so far today. Both have been draws. The first of those was a 4-4 draw between India and Ireland.
Here.
Netherlands men in a group with New Zealand, but not only them, India and Ireland also in Pool B of this Hockey World League semi-final stage. Looking to make their way through to the finals later this year and also to get themselves a place in the World Cup. To finish inside the top 3 in this competition. If they want to go the whole hog, New Zealand will certainly be looking to do that. Also in the other pool, Australia, Spain, Belgium and France. Ball comes into the D. It was a little bit hopeful, that one. It was picked in the end by Blair Tarrant. Reverse stick down the line, but only as far as the 25. Good work break out there at the moment for these two sides. Netherlands and New Zealand definitely putting in 100%. Their circle penetration so far doesn't tell the whole story. Netherlands 6, New Zealand 4. I doubt we're going to see a score line like that in this game. I think it's going to be a lot closer between these two sides. 3 very valuable points up for grabs. India and Ireland also in this group. Fought out a 4-4 draw earlier, so just 1 point apiece for both of them. A draw would certainly keep the table alive and open, but a win would certainly help one of these sides towards the quarter-final and semi-final stages of the competition. Good interception, just enough of a touch in there, a little jab to take it away from Blair Tarrant. Smith. 2-on-1 there. Odds weren't really in his favour, but did the next best thing and got the free hit. Paul Van Ass, the Netherlands coach. Ample armoury on that bench as well. Players rotating in and out as and when needed, as in when they're required.
Right.
It's worked well for them so far in this game, New Zealand. That one touch down the left-hand flank. Cleared off the line. It's going to be a stroke, and we might see a video referral here. What a passage of play.
Yeah.
Stay from Roger Bateman's Good chance there for Berger.
All that? Okay, no problem. I was questioning that it was dangerous on the way through.
I have not challenged you. I'm trying to do it with you.
Okay. What, do you want a challenge? Do you want a challenge? Do you want a challenge?
Can I ask? We were advised we have to talk to you.
Yeah.
He goes, talk to you.
I didn't think it was dangerous. I didn't think it was dangerous. Okay, so do you want to refer? We have to do this quick. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Well, the opportunity
Hey, Phil, go away now, please.
All the way from
and I've
his
spoken to Dean.
own
Thank
team.
you. He won the shoulder. He said it, he did it on the shoulder.
Turns on the gas. He had options to the left and the right. He opted to go left with Valentin Berger, who shot from that tight angle. Maybe Bakker could have prodded it home then. Hertzberger then got his shot off. It came up and off. Dean Cousins, the skipper's shoulder. They had the opportunity to refer it to the video umpire if they wanted to. And here's where we are now. Hertzberger over the ball with just Hamish McGregor between him and the opening goal of this game. Currently Netherlands 0, New Zealand 0. Can Hertzberger change that now? Yes, he can. It's 1-0. Jerome Hertzberger putting the Netherlands ahead. Huge amount of pressure the Netherlands have been putting on to New Zealand, and it's ended up in this. A penalty stroke, nothing Hamish McGregor could do about that. He went the right way. The execution was just too accurate and too precise. Hertzberger leads the way for the Netherlands. It's 1-0. And here come the Dutch again through Hertzberger. Swept away for a long corner this time by Shaw. Hertzberger in the mix now. Certainly does get the adrenaline going, scoring a goal for your country. And no sign of the Netherlands letting up here as well. Here's Burrows. Ball in, looking for the deflection. There's the equaliser. Beauty. On the end of it was Hugo Inglis. Wonderful finish. It's 1 apiece. Netherlands 1, New Zealand 1. Not too many New Zealand fans in the house, but back home they'll be cheering, and here's why. Burrows with that ball in. Superb accuracy and skill as well there to deflect that one goal bound from Hugo Inglis. An opening goal for New Zealand in this tournament, and it levels things here in Rotterdam. Netherlands 1, New Zealand 1. So this game very much alive. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Jerome Hertzberger from the P spot, and now Hugo Inglis for New Zealand to equalise things. Good time to tune in if you're just tuning in. Under 15 minutes to play in the first half. Goals just starting to trickle in. Bakker brings that one out. Vermeulen. Holtkamp in field then. Earns the free hit. And the sun comes out as well, shining down on HC Rotterdam here. The evening sun, just gone 8:30 local time in the evening. As that ball comes in from Holtkamp, deflects back out to Burrows, spins out, has a bit of time to think about what he's going to do next, gives the ball away though. Some good cover work though from his teammates, and eventually the ball aerialed up the other end of the pitch. Great to watch the footwork and the stick work out there from both sides. That one's going to bounce into the D. Again, it's Phil Burrows that gets it under control. You're fully up to date with the scores from the day. In the women's side of the draw, New Zealand beating India 7-0. Also Germany going on to win 3-0 against Belgium, and Korea beating Chile by 2-1. in the men's division. India drawing with Ireland 4 goals apiece, and then the Netherlands women drawing 1-1 just before this against Japan. This the last game of the evening then. 2 goals in it so far. Note from Jeroen Hertzberger from the P spot to give the Netherlands that lead before Hugo Inglis pulled one back just 1 minute later for New Zealand. Plenty more action throughout this week, this weekend, and next weekend as well, as the Rabobank Hockey World League semi-finals really start to find their rhythm. Great to have the double-header as well, both the men's and women's tournament taking place here. The other half of the men's semi taking place in Malaysia. Conclusion to the women's semi-finals over in London in the UK. We'll have our finalists for the end of the year by the end of this month. Oh. Not too much malicious intent in that one, but Jonker comes crashing down. Backer and Hayward having a little chat to each other. Gets the ball. Not for long though. And Panchia away with the ball. Ends up coming back. This is Hayward. Acres of space over here on the right-hand side. Shaw. Thought about the one touch, did Jenis. Opts to go with Child instead. Free hit in favour of Marcus Child.
Thank you.
Ball bobbles loose, it'll be a long corner. That's a heck of a hook shot to put that one in the goal, but it was obviously dangerous coming in. In any test match, 4 runs. The trap was set at square leg and deep square leg, but totally getting into a different sport. Bart drives it forward down the left-hand flank now for the Netherlands. Going the whole way again. He's got support ahead of him as well in the form of Hoffman. Decides to go himself. And that's met by some fairly stern resistance. Wayward pass, that one gives possession back to the Black Sticks. Expectation very much for the Netherlands to push on and win this tournament. Australia, of course, in the other pool, they'll probably be their biggest rivals. The likes of Spain and Belgium, well, they could both cause a few upsets as well, so anyone's guess at this stage on day 1. Netherlands just a little careless at the moment, giving away possession. And that pressure is surely going to start to tell sooner or later. Cousins. Good tackle. Kalema, who was there first. It's like a scene out of Star Wars. Bodies flying everywhere. And tackles coming flying in. Plenty of firepower out there. Who's next for a piece of the action? New Zealand certainly starting to press a little bit higher. And Netherlands just getting in and behind that defence now. Here they come with numbers over on the far post. Poor first touch. Took a little deflection away. It was Jonker who had the chance. Hertzberger. Again, that one-touch ball down the line doing the damage. Something that's developed from the indoor game. Picked up by Polkamp. And all the way back through Turkstra. Great skills. And now here's a chance. Berger, overlapping run from Polkamp. Earns the free hit, just outside the D though. Have to bring it back to the dotted line, the 5-yard line. No longer allowed to directly smash that ball into the D. Heck of a touch. Berger. Hertzberger. Might fancy this himself, actually. Here's Polkamp. He'll have a go, looking for a foot. Pulls it back, off the line. Definitely a foot outside the D. So close. Caspers was there. He smelt the goal, but just couldn't convert. Just love the effort and energy that goes into every single pass. Let's have a look at that chance. Polkamp takes it baseline, pulls it back. Free hit earned this time by Inglis, the goal scorer. Got the equaliser, got his side back in this after Hertzberger put the Netherlands ahead. Kim, our umpire from Korea, taking charge of that far end. Ball can come straight in there and does. And deflects goal bound, a second deflection goal for New Zealand, and it gives them the lead. New Zealand 2, Netherlands 1. Well, blink and you'll miss it. Jan Stockman beats him for the second time this evening. And it was Burrows with the hit in the route 1 ball. Another cheeky little deflection just in front of Stockman, and again for Hugo Inglis, that's his second of the night. Boom, route 1, have it. It's easy. Easy when you know how. There's the goal scorer and confirmation, his second of the night. To that one on 20 minutes with a second on 32 minutes. 2-1 as things stand at the moment, heading towards half-time. 3 minutes left to play.
Hands down, hands down.
The ball over the top, cut out by Burrows. Oh dear. Uncharacteristic mistake at the back there from Nick Hart. Colin Batch can be happy with his team's first half efforts. They haven't had 1,000,001 chances, but the handful that they have had, they've made the most of. Certainly an area of concern for the Netherlands is that route 1 ball into the D. 2 deflection goals and a chance to get an equaliser here. Hertzberger! Wide of the mark. Add some fizz on it. Great ball popped through from Hoffman. Off the mark though. And you could sense the frustration of Billy Backer there as well, who was on the P spot waiting for the ball. Here's Polkamp. Down the line. Not so good. Left by Bart. One minute left to play in the half. Netherlands trail by 2-1. Last little go at it here. Penalty corner, no. Couldn't find the foot, good defence from New Zealand. And the race will be on here. Just a little too much gas on it. Hertzberger with the cheeky little ball through. No rush here for New Zealand. They've had a good first half. Aerial ball comes in, looking for Muir. Was that dangerous? Wasn't 5. New Zealand pick it up again, this time again with Burrows. Set up 2 goals in that first half, both deflection goals, both for Hugo Inglis. And that gives New Zealand the lead at half-time. There we go, the buzzer for half-time. Paul Van Ass's side have to retreat to the changing rooms, and they're 2-1 down. So, an opening goal from Jeroen Hertzberger to get things going for the Netherlands, but then 2 cracking goals from Hugo Inglis on 20 minutes and 32 minutes to put New Zealand ahead at the half. All the second half action on the way very shortly. At half-time, Netherlands 1, New Zealand 2. water cannons in full flow here in Rotterdam. Things not quite going to plan for the Netherlands, the home side. Jeroen Hertzberger put the team ahead from the P spot after 19 minutes, but then New Zealand coming straight back into the mix with a goal of their own. We can have a look at the highlights now. This is how the penalty stroke came about. It was an awesome counter-attack from Rogier Hoffman, who did a full 80 yards or so from his own half. Bakker probably could have put that one in. Hertzberger's effort was cleared off the line, coming up there off Dean Cousins' shoulder, so it was going goal-bound. And the stroke given, Bakker could have popped it in there. Hertzberger could have popped it in there. Instead, this is how he converted. Hamish McGregor guessing the right direction, but too much power and precision behind it to stop that one from Hertzberger, and that gave the Netherlands the lead after 19 minutes. Just 1 minute later then, Burrows picked up the ball here, clunked it in towards his teammate, and Hugo Inglis tapping that one home, getting his hands right around it. Great technique to get that deflection goal-bound. And at the end of the half as well, that one almost breaking the backboard. Schwetterman just stood there like a statue, as did his defence. That one's gone right through the middle and caught another touch from Hugo Inglis, who added his second. Possession-wise, New Zealand haven't had that much of the ball, but when they've had it, they've done something with it. Circle penetrations, again, they're being outgunned there by 15-7 in the Netherlands' favour. Shots on target too, 5-1, but 2 goals for New Zealand, and Netherlands just that 1 goal. So the water cannons will finish doing their bit of business here on the pitch, and then we'll come back and conclude our business here in the second half in Rotterdam. At half-time, it's Netherlands 1, New Zealand 2. Welcome back. It's day 1 here at the Rabobank Hockey League World Semi-Finals in Rotterdam. A blustery day out there, as you can see. And the wind in New Zealand sails at the moment. They lead 2-1 at half-time against Paul Van Ass's Dutch side. So Netherlands 1, New Zealand 2. 2 goals for Hugo Inglis. Burrows setting up both those opportunities. But Netherlands have had all the possession. Not managed to create too many shooting opportunities from that possession. That will hopefully change now with the wind behind them. An expectant crowd here as well in Rotterdam. There is Inglis, the goal scorer. 101 caps for him now for New Zealand. Blustery start too for the Dutch women's side as well, who only managed to draw against Japan just before this. So certainly things not going all their way as you'd expect. New Zealand ranked 6th in the world against the Netherlands ranked 3. There's Hertzberger, just trying to get the troops going, just trying to get the adrenaline going. He wants it, you can see that. Trying to rally the troops. Converted from the penalty spot after 19 minutes to put his side ahead. Plenty of life left in this game too. Settle back, enjoy the second half with us here. Netherlands versus New Zealand. Look around there at some of the focus. Yeah, it feels good.
Team nearly.
Blair Hilton to get us started then for New Zealand, who lead here at the end of the first half by 2 goals to 1, courtesy of Hugo Inglis, who has both goals for New Zealand. Jeroen Hertzberger, the lone goal scorer for the Netherlands. 35 minutes left to play in this opening game of the Rabobank Hockey World League semi-final. 2 pools of 4 competing in this men's tournament. Netherlands in with New Zealand, India and Ireland. India and Ireland playing a 4-4 draw earlier today. And all the teams in Pool A in action tomorrow. That's Australia, Spain, Belgium and France. Women also out here in Rotterdam as well in Pool A. Netherlands, Korea, Japan and Chile. All fighting for top spot and a place in those semi-finals and finals. With Pool B made up of New Zealand, Germany, India and Belgium. Bring you up to date with all the scores from those games throughout this second half. Day one's been a cracker though, plenty of goals. 3 in this game so far, as that one's parried back to Child, who then puts it in far post, no one there. Closest to it was Stephen Jennis over on that far side. New Zealand have come straight out here to put the pressure on. Intercepted there by Jennis. Sideline ball though, a quick restart. The advantage being played on there by Tim Pullman, who's taking charge of that far side. He's one of our umpires. Hong Lei Kim as well, our second umpire for today. Ball right through the middle, finds the skipper, Vermeulen. Hertzberger there, ball intercepted by Hayward. Takes it out for a sideline ball. Just no time to think, no time to breathe. Those of you new to the game, it is a fast game to watch and follow, so we'll try and keep you up to date with all the basics, and for those of you that are more familiar with the game, well, just sit back and enjoy the skills of the world best. Good tackle. Clean take 2 from Neil. He's going himself all the way into the D, looks to pull it back on a foot. Can't do that. It was Turkstra that was back there. New Zealand keep coming forward though, more of an opportunity here than maybe from the baseline. Across the face of the D and tapped out for a long corner from Sander Bart. Easy pickings again there for Bart. Ball bobbles in rather uncomfortably, but Vermeulen loses out. A low little push and the follow-up. Needed a save as well. Long corner. Burrows with the follow-up shot after Panchir had a crack. Didn't have as much power behind it, I don't think, as he'd liked. Aaron Panchir's initial shot, but almost caught Jaap Stockman in the Dutch goal out.
Good. Yeah.
Let's have a look at that chance then. Fell to Panchir just there, dribbles it towards goal. The follow-up, that was looping in, and that's why Stockman had to take care of it, palmed it over his bar and for a long corner.
Outside,
4.5 minutes played in the second half. You haven't missed any of the action so far if you're getting back a little bit late. And you're tuning in for this one. Netherlands 1, New Zealand 2. All the damage done in the first half, really. Jeroen Hertzberger putting the Dutch side ahead. Stockman there in the goal, beaten twice by Hugo Inglis, and 2 very, very good deflections. I would have thought most of the world's best goalkeepers would have stood no chance. Burrows and Inglis teaming up rather nicely, and they'll look to do so again here in the second half.
line up. Line, please. One more. Line.
Never a big fan of that big slap hit across the pitch in my younger years of playing the game when it was a little bit chilly out on the pitch. Sending vibrations up and down your hands, but modern day sticks takes a bit of the fizz out of it. Certainly some guns on display out there as well. Drive through this time comes from Kepperman. There he goes, returns the ball back, and his chance to equalise. Kept out by Corey Bennett, the Kiwi number 2. There he is again, no, but gives away a penalty corner this time, and there's going to be a referral here, surely.
You wanna video repair? You wanna video repair? You wanna video repair?
They asked.
I don't know.
They must talk to you. They
I know.
They said we must talk to you.
I am correctly. No stipple. It's okay.
No,
Okay?
You hit your arm.
Yes.
You hit your arm. So there's no.
No.
You hit your arm.
No.
Put your arm down. Why?
Guys,
Okay.
move away. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there was a foot, but was there an initial push there in the back? I think that's what he's saying. Semi Van Ass looks like he went in a little bit heavy, but well, Cousins just trying to get to the heart of it. Bit of drama there for everyone. But fair play to Hong Lei Kim, standing his ground. He saw what he saw. There was definitely a foot in there as well from a New Zealand player, and penalty corner awarded. So our first penalty corner of the game. Several options at the head of the D. Savi Van Ass and Sander Bart, who we just saw there in focus. It's going to be Bart to take it, low flick, and kept out. The sideline ball, New Zealand's ball 2. A closer look then at this chance. It was Bart on the left of your picture here, trapped perfectly, watched all the way by Hamish McGregor, who was in the goal today, 25-year-old for New Zealand. Just conceded that 1 goal so far. That penalty stroke from Jeroen Hertzberger didn't really stand a chance, to be honest, went in like a bullet. Peel in turn from Polkamp. New Zealand just on the back foot a little bit here now. That could be the option, aerial ball out. Acres of space out on the right-hand side, it's Bakker. Oh, they found a way through into the D, and here's a good shooting opportunity. Great save again from McGregor. This time it was all pad. Used that left pad of his on his hand to keep that one out. Two good back-to-back saves then from Hamish McGregor, keeping his side in this. They still lead by 2-1. I don't think it's over yet either, with so much time left on the clock. It'll be a 16-yard hit. Let's have a look at that most recent save. Some good weaving there from Jonker. Gets us far here as the baseline almost narrows the angle down. And Hamish McGregor watched that one all the way onto his left glove. Almost casually took that one down, didn't he? It's Bakker again then. He finds a way through. Again met by fierce resistance. The first stick comes in. Little tuck away for a sideline ball. Nice weighted pass into space, but just dribbles off the stick of Jonker. Sometimes harder to take those soft, weighted passes when you've been receiving bullets all day. Did crunch it around at a fair old pace, these lads, and that one's gone into the stand and almost had someone's head clean off. Maybe a souvenir. Round the back then, New Zealand looking to extend their lead. Yes, it trickles over the line, it's 3-1, courtesy of Jacob Smith. 3 times in one night, doesn't happen that often for Jaap Stockman. 2 goals from Hugo Inglis, and now 1 for Jacob Smith. This is where the damage was done. Great work along the baseline from Shay Neal. There he goes. Beats 2 defenders, eyes up. And just enough on it, didn't it, from Jacob Smith? But it's 3 for New Zealand. And here they come again, they've got more in the tank. Neal again, reverse stick this time, good save from Stockman. Well, a real danger of the floodgates opening here. Jaap Stockman at least making a game of it. His side need to go back up the other end and start scoring goals. The most recent goal has gone in New Zealand's favour, taking it to 3-1. And the wheels just starting to come off a little bit here for the Netherlands. Let's have a look again at that recent attack. There's the angle, reverse stick. Good save from Stockman. Watch that one all the way. But left very isolated there by himself. The Olympic silver medalists from London 2012 not looking in good fashion here. Again, the domestic season here in the Netherlands only finished a couple of weeks ago, so not much time to train and play together as a unit. And obviously the ideal opportunity to try out new unproven talent, and that's exactly what Paul Van As has been doing here in this side here today. Mixture of old warriors like Hertzberger mixed in with the likes of Sevi Van As and many more youngsters in the Netherlands setup. ideal training ground for them. And of course, looking for qualification at the World Cup next year. That's when they'll really want to put their stamp on things, the Netherlands, and try and win on home soil if they can. The 2014 World Cup to be held in The Hague. Hayward over the ball. Has the damage been done? Is 3-1 enough of a cushion? We'll find out in the next 20 minutes or so as the Netherlands come forward again, making it a bit closer than we wanted it to be. Valentin Verga. There it is. I think it just took another deflection there somewhere. Verga hits it. No, it could have done with a deflection. That's what it could have done with from that aerial shot. Good pick up from Tarrant. Tarrant with the restart plays all the way back into his own half. Here's Hayward. Burrows, who's been the heart of everything good so far within this New Zealand performance, and what a performance it's been. Good spirit, good courage, and certainly rocking the boat. And against all odds up here against the Netherlands. We're disappointed not to hold on at this stage, New Zealand, but it's a long old way to go. I've got to reiterate that. 20 minutes or so still to play. That's going to fly by, though. And the Netherlands have to start taking and making the most of those chances. Crossfield aerial finds its way through to Burrows. Reverse stick in from him. Goal banned. Some people are saying that should be allowed. Shots from inside the 25 certainly would make the game interesting at this level. Probably a little too dangerous in my opinion, that one. Out on the left wing now. First time ball down the line, looking for its target. Shea Neal in on it. Again across the baseline, nothing there, far post. Probably could have afforded to hold it up just a little bit. Provider of the third goal. Will it be the third and decisive goal of the evening? Certainly looking that way at the moment. Both players going up for it, and the defender being given the advantage. Hertzberger on the turn, great bit of skill, loses his stick in the process and was fouled. That was a lovely spin from Jeroen Hertzberger. He's certainly been one of my favourite players to watch over the years. Ball laid back in to Berger. This is Kempen. Got away from Bakker, which wasn't ideal. Berger again back in possession. Might fancy it himself here. Sticks going in left, right and centre at the moment. This game just about at boiling point. Another goal will kill it. If New Zealand can get one more goal, that's it, game over. Netherlands, though, however, if they can get one back, this game is still very much alive. They need to rescue a result from this if they can. They will definitely take a draw at this stage. Ball crunched in away from the D by Hayward. And again, this time coming in from the left-hand flank. It's relentless. Free hit for the Netherlands.
5 metres, 5 metres, 5. Keep going.
Vermeulen. His shot is blocked and charged down by Muir. Gets away with the ball, Hayward. All scrapping it out there. And that's what it's all about, winning your own individual battles. Hayward, aka Rambo, doing his thing out there too. Again, that ball able to be taken down from above shoulder height in this form of the competition. The first ever Hockey World League. We're at the semi-final stage, it's round 3. Good change of angle there from Kemperman. Going all the way here. Finds a foot, gets the free hit. Back with the quick restart. Here's a chance, possible opening. Gallum around the back. Can't get past McGregor. No mistake with the clearance as far as halfway. Every play counts now for the Netherlands. New Zealand on a half-court press, encouraging the Dutch to come forward and try and catch them on the counter. Route 1 ball seems to be the favoured option today. Backer laying that one up for Hertzberger. And they think there's a foot there. They're going to be asking for a foot here.
Bye.
Hong Lei Kim will ask the question to the video umpire.
Leon, do you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you, Kim.
Yes, sir. Inside the ball, and the New Zealand foot is no foot.
Foot or no foot? I will check.
Yeah.
This way. Just, yeah. Yeah. Just move away, guys, please.
Foot or no foot? If it was anyone's foot, it's Hayward's foot.
You see that foot pieces? It's okay, yeah.
Looks like it's his foot with a shin pad there.
Kim, I have a decision for you.
Penalty corner. Thank you.
Yep. Penalty corner it is. Well, Hayward would have known that, but
Thank you, Leon.
you never know. Stranger things have happened. Right,
Thank you, Leon.
PC time, number 2 of the night. Netherlands need to score here. Hertzberger at the head of the D. And they'll fancy a crack here. Head of the other castle is Berger. Hertzberger in the distance of your picture, Berger closest to us.
Team, remember, time is out. Time is out. Start time.
Okay, time.
Vermeulen on the slip. That could be an option too, but they need to get their shot on target. Can they get past Hamish McGregor? It's Hertzberger with a flick. Yes, he can! There's one back for the Dutch. Netherlands 2, New Zealand 3. It brings the game to life. Just under 20 minutes left to play. And still points up for grabs. Jerome Hertzberger adds a second. Once from the P spot, and now from this penalty corner. Oh, he really let that one go. No chance. That is travelling like a train. Express that. Just what they needed then, the Netherlands. The fight's on, 15 minutes remaining. Burrows keen to get it going, but not taken from the right spot. Got to come all the way back to the halfway. Tense times now for New Zealand. Netherlands very much with the momentum. It's Hayward who unfortunately conceded that penalty corner. Umpire needed the opinion of our video referral to get to his final judgment of corner, but it's game on here for Berger. Good tackle from Hayward. Pivot and turn from Panchier. That could be anyone's ball there. Lovely ball over the top. Finds Smith and a great tackle back. How important was that? Smith looked as though he was through, and Oliver Polkamp reached out a stick and stopped him in his tracks. This is Buissant. Hoffman now, square ball. Down the line. A bit more space starting to open up here for the Netherlands. Polkamp again now on the right-hand side, into the D, goes for the fake shot. Pulls it back. Oh, surely, there it is! An equaliser! comes through Valentin Berger. The ball fell right onto his stick. He had to throw his body at it, but the Netherlands are back. It's 3 apiece. Valentin Berger adds his name to the score sheet. It was Polkamp's drive. Thought he was through there. Well stopped. Good shot from Bakker. Deflected back from Hamish McGregor. But only as far as Valentin. That's where he had to throw his body at it. That's where the damage was done. And that's where the goal was scored. Wonderful stuff for the neutral. 3 apiece. We're not done yet either. Netherlands might want to go whole hog here and finish the night up with a win. That would delight the home fans. Whiff of beer and sausage in the air here at HC Rotterdam. And the Netherlands in full swing, and Hayward's going to be carded for this. He stays down. He's absolutely cleaned out Jonker here.
Number 1. Number 1.
It's a green card. He's lucky it's not a yellow. He's seeing stars. He's also seen a green card. Here's white. Well, that's why he's seeing stars. He takes almost a knee in the head there as he goes down. It's his hip, his waist, his full body weight going into the side there of Hayward's head. So he's still seeing stars. Probably worth just taking his time to get up. The umpire won't be in any rush to get him off. Always careful with head injuries in the game. So Andy Hayward will get a green card, but in the meantime we'll have a look back at that goal. There was Hayward heavy in with that challenge on Polkamp. There was Bakker with the shot, and it fell fortunately there for Berger for the equaliser. That to make it 3-3, that to keep the game alive, and that to give the Netherlands hope. Perfect response from Paul Van Ass's team. Hayward will have a 2-minute suspension, green card for that last challenge. He actually came off worse from the challenge. Aerial ball just to the edge of the D. Great accuracy on that. Here they come again, the Netherlands. Upper player. It's gone over the baseline. That's why the whistle's gone. Just a couple of inches too far. We'll probably see it from this angle. Just trickles over there into the red. Good spot from the umpire. "12 minutes left to play." I think still more goals in this one too. This will be our 3rd consecutive draw of the afternoon. A 7-0 win for the New Zealand women this morning in the first game of the day. 7-0 versus India. Men drawing here currently by 3 goals apiece with the home side, the host side, the Netherlands. There's Bakker, who was in the heart of that last play. That's what you want to see, youngsters getting behind their nation, getting behind the sport. They love it out here. Absolutely love it. Maybe a few more changes there. There's Hayward just taking on some liquid on the bench. 2-minute suspension for him. Can't be much longer to serve on that one. Good run from Neil up front. Does pick it up. Good spin and peel too from Jens. Sideline ball. Taken by Tarrant. Only as far as Hilton. All the way round the back, using Panchir. Full press from the Netherlands gets them the ball back. Just too much pressure there, tighten the angles on some of those passes, those options that New Zealand had in defence. Press forward as far as Sherman. Overlapping run from the goal scorer Berger onto the baseline again, into the D. Free hit just outside. Back to the dotted line, as we've become accustomed to. Crossfield aerial, almost cut out there by Jennis. And still that possession not changed too much. At one stage, it was 19% possession for New Zealand. They're up to 31 now. They were leading this game 3-1 at one stage. Netherlands have come right back into it though, and it's 3 apiece. Error on the halfway line, New Zealand ball. We've got a plate on the pitch. Runaway plate. And the umpire takes care of that. Told you. Dangerous, those paper plates.
Okay.
Either from someone's hamburger or hot dog from earlier in the day. The wind really getting up and blowing all sorts onto the pitch. Under 10 minutes to play then, 9 minutes to be exact, it's still 3-3. Great climax to this first day of Hockey World League action. Semi-finals in full flow, both the men and women in action here in Rotterdam. And we're finishing up with a ripper of a game. Here's Hilton. One more goal would do it. Either way, that was George Muir throwing his body at it. Strong second half performance this from the Netherlands. 2-1 up at half-time, New Zealand. And then Jacob Smith added a third goal to make it 3-1. Not too many options in the D here for New Zealand, but great news that they're in the 25. Can they do something with it? It's Burrows.